Racing, NASCAR Winston Racing Series, ready to go racing, so he doesn't miss a beat. The driver from Steve took to the Winston Racing Series Northeast Region in 1987. Here we go. Field tightens up out of turn 4, looking for 10 laps. The green flag's on forward, 3 wide up to speed in racing. Into turns 1 and 2. The lower grooves on this racetrack still a little bit wet, so the driver's walking somewhat casually out there down the back straightaway, but Bradley Cole wastes no time jumping into the second place position. Oh, he dives down low into where it's still moist. A daring move. Keep your eyes on the low side of this racetrack during the evening race, fans. The low side is still somewhat moist, and it makes for some hairy moves to the low side. Meanwhile, Bradley Cole continues wasting no time, running in the second place spot. Trying to close up on the back bumper of the rapid one, Bob Arsenberger out of Mill Run, Pennsylvania. Arsenberger with a Ford Thunderbird body, Port City chassis machine. And the Regardless Insurance 26 goes into turns 1 and 2 with a 3-car length lead over Bradley Cole. Third place position is Butch Durkis. Durkis campaigning into Pure Stocks in his second season, now jumping into the Pepsi Pro Stocks and doing an outstanding job, and I believe his third time out in this division. The car a bit squirrely out of 4, but he continues running. Meanwhile, Brad Cole, wasting no time, begins to reel in the back bumper of the 26 Arsenberger. Bradley Cole trying a low side. Can that car hug on the pavement this evening as moist as it is out? Humidity in the air, and Bradley Cole trying to make the move on the 26 of Bob Arsenberger. Ducks down low, cannot make it. Down the back straightaway, Arsenberger stretches it out by a car length and a half over Cole. They work into turns 3 and 4. 6 laps remaining. This time around, the cross flags halfway down in this event. The first qualifying heat for the Pepsi Pro Stock. The racing mufflers collect the fuel. They backfire, shoot flames into the air as they back into turns 1 and turn 3. And we continue this lead battle. These two automobiles catching up to Jerry Hassey's number 40 automobile and put him a lap down in the heat. Into turns 1 and 2, and Brad Cole continues to haunt the back bumper of Arsenberger. We work down the long back straightaway. They go to the outside of the Youngstown driver, Hassey. Into turns 3 and 4. Meanwhile, Jeff, look out in 3. Well, Jeff Dunbar struggling with a third place position, working to level. Trying to daring low side, not able to establish that group yet this evening. As I mentioned, there's some moisture out there. The pilots taking their time. And then meanwhile, Jeff Dunbar begins to close in on Brad Cole's automobile. Hanging on to fourth right there, doing an outstanding job. Get the car loose a little bit. Dunbar doing the same thing, has to back off. It is Jeff walking with soft shoes on the pavement this evening. We forced some heat into the track, and in fact, Dunbar maybe off the Coastal Racing Center. BJ's Express, Petrol 017. I'm taking to describe it. Dunbar cruising wrong and begins to close up on Bradley Cole's automobile. And a Richard Perkins right with him. Into turns 1 and 2. Cole cannot take advantage of closing up on Arsenberger, who is literally power sliding that automobile onto the track. Out of turn 4, and here comes the trigger. It goes. Bill Panaya, for you old-time race fans, he is the son of Nick Panaya and the late Pete Panaya that ran in the Coups at PRA. Here we go. The green comes out. We're up to speed and racing. Down the front straightaway. We're 3 wide the back of the field. Momentarily, then it separates itself. Watch this in turns 1 and 2. Dave Holt down that low side, and he's finding all kinds of automobiles getting by him. Here comes Kelly Shawless. The Shawless screen printing 77 Dillon chassis machine dives at turn 3. Oh, watch him walk through the low side of the racing surface. Ipham does the same, moves up the push on a Tiger Club 70 automobile. In the lead is the 50 down the back straightaway. A Bob Sprout Consul the third. The Consul Racing Centers, RCS, Racing Engine, Oldsmobile Body, Port City Chassis Machine continues to lead the pace. Gary Wilchon in a former Barry Audi late model machine rides in the second place position. Problems into 92. Bill Panaya, something He's still on the power, but something coming loose under that automobile, perhaps. Smoke continues to trail, and he's heading for the pits from out under the engine compartment. We continue green flag racing on the back straightaway. Boss Castle has stretched out the lead over Wilshot as they work through turns 3 and 4. On the back straight. In turns 3 and 4, Bob Castle continues on the point. And the battle for second is shaping up. Kelly Shaw is wasting no time. Moving right up to the back bumper of the Lucas Machine Caddyshack 10 of Gary Wilshot. Wilshot working the outer groove, and here comes Shawless looking right up behind him. Kelly Shawless looking for racing room to the low side of Wilshot's automobile. He dives to the low side, trying to make the pass out of turn 4, and Shawless completes it. The Troy Truck Transport 77 of Kelly Shawless, and way down sticking on that track. That's a good sign. Down the back straightaway, he continues to be crossover with the lead. Kelly Shawless is not able to run away from your third place runner Wilshot after getting by him. On the back straight, Gary tries to hang on within 4 car lengths. This time around, the 2 left to go signal will go to Bob Castle the third. The battle for second continues. Gary Wilshot reassessing his position on the track, and he's changed his groove a bit and begins to close up on Kelly Shawless once again. They're working to turns 1 and 2. White flag out, 1 lap remaining. Castle down the back straight, everything his way, but look at Wilshot. Wilshot on the attack down the back straight, loses some distance to Shawless' machine, then he gains it through the turns, but he's running out of time in real estate. The checker will be unfolded. The Bob Castle the third. Second goes to Shawless, third to Wilshot. A distant 4 to give Pat, and rounding out the top 5 will be Dave Hope from Somerset. Row 3, this is it. Getting ready for the first qualifying heat, 10 laps of distance. Here we go, field tightens up, let's see what happens. We bring them up to speed. Bobby Henry and Snooky Williams and a down into turns 1 and 2. And look at this, down to the low side, up high goes the 77 Henry. He takes some of the point position. Williams hangs on to second. Gary Audi pressuring for third. The 24, Chuck Kennedy fourth. Bob Sibla running into fifth. Oh, we're tight running out of turn 4, race fans. Into turns 1 and 2. Kennedy way down low, cannot make the move. Look at Audi. He continues to haunt the back bumper of the 6 automobile, Snooky Williams. Audi playing the salesman, rapping on the door, wanting to sell some fuller brushes to Snooky Williams. Williams will open the door on him. Into turns 1 and 2, Bob Sibla and Tim Ice, the 2 high pilots. Oh, look out! Oh, beautiful job, those 2 veterans did of controlling the automobiles. Getting into some loose frays out there, and Sibla and Ice reacting perfectly to the situation. We continue green flag race. Now down the back straightaway. Bob Sibla continues in the 5th place position, trying to close up on Chuck Kennedy once again. Meanwhile, Henry continues the lead event, but here comes Snooky Williams. Closing up on him. Gary Audi falling back to a distant third, finds Chuck Kennedy beginning to haunt his back bumper, Bob and Tim Ice having problems, and Rick Miller not able to squeeze in. Well, Tim Ice, the car, wanting to get around on him, and Rick Miller trying to take advantage of it, cannot do it. That's not on the track, is for third. Chuck Kennedy is really beginning to haunt the back, and Bob Sibla tries to outside on Kennedy. Kennedy closes the door. On the back straightaway, we continues to be Bobby Henry in the point possession, and Snooky Williams continues to try to muster a charge to the low side out of turn 4. Snooky Williams trying to haunt the back bumper of Bobby Henry, doing a good job of holding on in that battle for the lead. Meanwhile, the best battle on the track continues to be between Sybil and the 24 Chuck Kennedy. They really wrestle with it as they haul at the back bumper. Very Audi 75. 2 laps remaining for your third place automobile, Audi. Through turn 3, continues to be Audi holding on to third. The white flag out. 1 lap remaining. Sybil tries the low side. They work down the front straightaway. He tries that low line at 24 Kennedy. Cannot make the move. Jim Ice now right back into the fray. Right up to the back. Oh, Ice gets the car squarely again, and Rick Miller cannot take advantage of it. Here we come around for the checker. Tight running, third through fifth. And here it is. It's Bobby Henry followed by the sixth. Looks like it wins. Here's the battle for third. And there's Barry Audi hanging on to it over Chuck Kennedy. Kennedy setting up at the last moment to a low side charge. And the drag race at the checker. In the back row, the Sheets, Gasoline, 34s, Randy Burke outside. You need to move to right away. Thank you. Field tightens up. We're going for 10 very quick laps, averaging just shy of 100 mile an hour around this 0.45 mile asphalt oval. Here we go. Green comes out. We're up to speed in racing. Oh my goodness, Charlie Craig trying to squeak through. 3 wide, cannot do it. Now the field up front scattering around, and Danny White takes over the second place spot. Craig moves into fifth. Into turn 3 and 4. Randy Burke trying to low side of 22. Gilner cannot make the move. It is the 91 of Chucky Kessler out on the fourth position. Danny White trying to work the low side on him. Chuck Kessler hangs on to that. Chuck Kessler, who continues to have problems keeping that car on the low side all season. There he goes, fading again. Problems have been plaguing that effort all year long. Meanwhile, the 23 of Danny White continues to work for that low side to open up. But Kessler has the RPMs turned up and looks strong down the back straight. Chucky Kessler doing the job right now, holding on to it. Danny White trying to low side on him. Here we come out of 4. Here comes White to the low line. It's a Chevy Ford battle down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Tiger Tom Erickson comes up to join it to make it a 3-car battle. Meanwhile, Craig and Gold fight it out for fourth. And those 2 automobiles moving up through the field. Chucky Kessler out of turn 4, way high. And here comes Danny White. It's a drag race and White takes over the point position. Now the 36 of Tom Erickson trying to open up that window some more. On the 91 of Kessler. It's a battle for the bridesmaid spot down the back straightaway. Chuck Kessler hangs onto it and closes the door on Erickson. Out of turn 4, here comes Erickson once again to the low side, and he makes the move on Kessler's automobile. Now Glenn Gold's trying to do the same. Gold closes up to the back bumper at Kessler. Then Glenn Gold, the American Title Trust, Buick Bodyport City Chassis Machine, makes the move on the 91 of Kessler. They wrestle for the third place spot, and the Orange Blossom Special with Double G on board pulls in to third. Here comes Craig. Craig moves into the fourth place spot. That 5th place spot becoming a very important position in this race. Gary Gelder trying to close up on it. On the back straightaway, we continue. Time is running out. Danny White has control of the event, followed by Tom Erickson, Glenn Gould, and Charlie Cragen. Meanwhile, Chucky Kessler continues to have his problems. In turns 1 and 2, running into 5th place position, but Gelder is able to take advantage of closing up on him. On the back straightaway, Gary Gelder begins to close. This time around, time is running out. The best battle is for second. Glenn Gould is close up to the back front room. Tom Erickson machine. They work into turns 1 and 2. On the back straightaway, Danny White holds on to the point position. The battle for third rages on, and the battle for fifth shaping up. This time around, race fans, it will be the white flag, 1 lap remaining. Into turns 1 and 2, Danny White continues on the point position. Tom Erickson begins to close, but time is running out. Meanwhile, Gelner cannot take advantage of the 91 of Kessler down the back straightaway. Here comes Gary Gelner in a battle for 5th place position with Kessler's automobile. The top 4 cars finish in Mechanical Caterpillar on the front straight. It's White, Erickson, Gold, and Cragen in a battle for 5th. It sees that position held by Chuck Kessler over the 22 of Gary Gelner. Service, Hillview Motors, Jeep. Eagle hangs side by side at the perpendicular yellow line in turn 4. You can barely see it with the moisture up there. And look at this, the green comes out. We're up to speed and racing. Oh, open up the refrigerator, maybe. Look at this. Oh, we're not going to make it. We're not going to make it. Yes, we are. No, we're not. Yes, we are. Yes, we did it. How about that one, race fans? Oh, we had a refrigerator sandwich job there, 3 wide. Oh, we're still not done. I don't know how to call it. Just watch it. Oh, look at this. Oh, my. Dave Brunel coming up through the field. Boy. Oh, low. Tim step up high because Brunel down low. Oh, my goodness. Into 71. Now he loses second. But the flying sign painter is flying out there in the surface in turns 3 and 4, trying to catch up to Conrad Presnell as they work out of turn 4. Sheeler is up the 4th. Now Sheeler sets his sights to the 71. Oh, Griffin down the front straight. Presnell dirt tracks the automobile. Here comes Greensburg, Pennsylvania. It's Dave Brunel. Brunel sits up to the outside. It's a drag race. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. And here comes Brunel side by side. Fender to fender. Ah, we're trading some sheet metal out there, race fans. Out of turn 4, Presnell doesn't want to give it away to Brunel. But Brunel muscles to the high side and makes it past Presnell 17. Meanwhile, Conrad Presnell dirt tracks forces up to 71. Oh my goodness. Oh, Rick Sheeler sees an opening between 2 automobiles. The sandwich is being made on the back straight. Sheeler comes through with the Marcy's Hair Salon 74. Tim Stump wants to stay low with a 65 Chevelle. They work on the back bumper, Presnell. It's craziness down the front straight. Into turns 1 and 2. Rick Sheeler now trying to wrestle to the high side of a dirt tracking, tire smoking Conrad Presnell. Out of turn 2, and Sheeler makes the move on the back straight. Sets up for the point position, running automobile Dave Brunel. 8 laps we go in his first qualifying event for the Pure Stocks on the treaded street tires. Boy, they make for some exciting action early this evening. Moving up from the back position in the Rose End Automotive Service 32 is George Nicola. Nicola now gets under Stump's automobile. Says, what am I going to do with this car smoking in front of me? And Nicola tries to find an opening. Cannot do it. Stays to the low side. Interesting battle going on for third between 4 automobiles. It's all Brunel in this event. But look at Stump way up high on the outside. Stump now comes alive to the outside of this racing surface, trying to make the move, power sliding that automobile down the back straight. The battle for third with Conrad Presnell. George Nicola right there trying to make a strike as well. They go into turn 3. Nicola works the low side. We continue in this torrid battle. Out of turn 4, the white flag, 1 lap remaining. The battle remains supreme for the 3rd place position. The Presnell's heating 17. Machine of Conrad Presnell. Dirt tracks up high. Here's an opening for the car. Oh, he's going to run out of race. Oh, my goodness. Down the back straight. 3 wide. He's still. Oh, Mark Griffith says, I got 2 positions in 100 feet. And coming around for the checkers, Dave Brunel. Second will go to Sheila. Here comes third. George Nicola. 4th goes to the battle for 5th. The battle for 5th. Oh my, Conrad Presnell wins by inches at the line. Ohio, Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. on the point outside of him. Harry Flowers, Lehigh. Field tightens up out of turn 4. Our NASCAR official looking the field over to make sure they start clean. We're up to speed and racing. Straightaway, Bickerstaff and the Dickey Electric 24 holds on to the point position, and the Mineral Ridge, Ohio driver begins to stretch it out over Flowers. Here comes Friedline at 28. Watch the double L there, Lee Heminger. He goes to the low side of Durkis. Sean Beam with nowhere to go out there, trying to move up through the field. Heminger out of turn 4, moves up to the 4th place spot, sets his sights on Friedline. Friedline conversely, and the Beckner Brothers logging, North Star Equipment, Mills Auto Repair 75 tries to make the move on the Flowers. Automotive 3 of Harry Flowers, but cannot do it. Down the back straightaway, Sean Beam now gets under Durkis' automobile. Here comes Heminger. Heminger, oh! Oh no! Yes, we continue green flag racing. Out of turn 4, it continues to be Friedline holding on to the 3rd place position. Durkis trying to work the low side of him. Heminger right there running 5th, watching the action unfold in front of him. Said, give me a blindfold. I don't want to see what's going to happen now. On the back straight, works fender to fender, wheel to wheel. Durkis right there to the low side of the 75 of Friedline, taking advantage of the miscue in the previous lap. And he moves up to 3rd place position. Friedline way up high, wide, hands him. Here comes the 76 of Heminger. And Heminger moves by the low side on Friedline 75. Sean Beam trying to do the same. He works the low side to Barron Trucking 74 Ford Torino. It's a drag race down the back straight for the 5th place position. Sean Beam, the Somerset, Pennsylvania driver, trying to make it work. And he takes over top 5 position. Up front, it continues to be Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. Closing in on his automobile is Harry Flowers. Flowers to Smith, and Pennsylvania resident continues to try to battle him. And look at this battle for third. Sean the bullet beam down the low side of Heminger. Heminger denies him the opportunity. Butch Durkis does the same to Heminger as those three automobiles fight for the third place position. He worked into turns 1 and 2, and look at this. Heminger dives on the low side under the yellow line on Butch Durkis, trying to make the move in a battle for third. Down the back straightaway, it's a struggle, and Heminger makes the move on Durkis. The window stays open, and the 28 of Sean Bean decides to climb through the opening on the winner. Cannot do it. Butch Durkis up high. Here comes Bean down low, out of turn 4. Durkis comes to the outside retaining wall, and Bean takes over the fourth place spot. Out of turn 2, the battle for the lead continues. Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. holds on to it. A position he's held on since the drop of the green. Meanwhile, Harry Flowers continues to try to figure out a line to close in on Bickerstaff. The battle for third is a good one. Heminger holds on to it, but Sean Bean tries to work down to the low side of him. Cannot make the move on the back straight as we work with a half a lap remaining. Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. trying to hold on to the point position. He has it by 2 car lengths. Flowers begins to close up on the turn, but he'll run out of time in real estate. Third tracks the car in a vain effort. It is Bickerstaff, followed by Flowers, Larry Heminger, Sean the Bullet Bean, and Butch Durkis rounding out your top 5 automobiles. Stoney Slade, Street Stock, first qualifying event. The 41 automobile Black 97 machine is a brand new car for him tonight. And behind the wheel, Jim Petrie's number 4 tonight will be Bill Lancaster. Here we go. Bill tightens up out of turn 4. Looks good, and we get a start. Down the front straightaway into turns 1 and 2, and the battle for the lead. Marty, oh, look out! Oh no! Jack Satoski just gets through by the hair of his chinny chin. 3 wide to back straight, and the 25 of Ron Curl moves into the fourth place position. Down the front straightaway, and it continues to be Marty Edwards on the point. Eastern Fasteners, 22 of Tony Baum hangs on to second. The 30 of Satoski right there. Here comes the Keyway Supply Chevelle. Down the back straightaway. Satoski, a man on the move, has taken the buggy whip out and beats the horses under the hood as he moves up to the bridesmaid spot. On the front straightaway, Satoski is hooked up in front. And the Hoovers of Pennsylvania drivers, a man possessed. He works the low side to the Stonies. Right, number 57 of Marty Edwards that takes over the point position. Here comes Tony Ball and State College, Pennsylvania's Ron Cole. Cole and the Valley Truck and Service 25 begins to move right up to the back bumper of the Dodge Murata machine. New right there to Pennsylvania's Tony Ball. They work at the turns 1 and 2 to the low side of Edwards' automobile. Edwards denies the opportunity as we continue this battle for the bridesmaid spot on the back straight. Mike Heminger beginning to close in and make it a 4-car struggle. Oh, look at this. Cole getting anxious to make a move. You can see Heminger loom ever larger in his rear view mirror, so to speak. We don't have rear view mirrors on this division. On the front straightaway, 4 cars on the battle for a second. Look at Heminger down low off the yellow line. We continue down the back straightaway. Now Marty Edwards has all kinds of automobiles breathing. Oh no, we're not gonna fit. 3 wide, you can't do it, race fans. You can't do it. You can't do it. Unbelievable. On the front straightaway. And Mike Henninger takes over the position from Marty Edwards. He brings up 22 with Baum. A little bit of trading paint out there. Baum makes it through. Now the low side. It's Ron Curl. The St. College, Pennsylvania pilot makes it through for the 4th place spot. And with all this going on, we've forgotten that Jack Satoski holds on to the point position. Heminger rides in 2nd place. 10 laps we go in this first qualifying event for the Stony's Light Street Stocks. The battle is for 3rd on the back straight. Ron Cole works to the low side. Out Tony Ballman makes it through, takes over the position. Jack Satoski continues to lead by almost a straightaway length advantage over Boswell, Pennsylvania's Mike Heminger. Meanwhile, Ron Cole in a strong 3rd begins to throw out the fishing line, hook the back bumper Heminger, and reel him in. On the back straightaway, it continues to be Heminger in the bridesmaid spot. Ron Cole still trying to close up. The white flag out. 1 lap remaining. into turns 1 and 2. And Jack Satowski continues with this lead, a comfortable one in that Keyway Supply, Parts Plus Chevelle. He works to turns 3 and 4. Oh boy, Dave Bennick decides to kill mosquitoes on the front straight. We continue green flag racing. He may have dropped the valve. Here's the checker for Satowski. A distant second to Mike Heminger. Third goes to Ron Coral. And a distant fourth to Tony Baum. Rounding out the top 5 will be Marty Edwards. And on our birth Tasco 55 is Alan Angelicchio Jr. The Mr. Stubbs Restaurant 66 is Jason Mignon. Leffy in the Oldsmobile from Stoystown. That's the Flat Rock Flyer machine. Here we go. Watch this. The green comes out. We're up to speed and racing. Open the refrigerator up. Get the mayonnaise and mustard. We're going to have a sandwich job in turn 1. We're 3 wide. Yes. Yes. Make it 3 wide, guys. Yes. Yes, race fans. There it is. Down the back straightaway. Oh, Nick Durack is getting busy. Cars passing on the right. Cars passing on the left. Nick, it's not the freeway. Hang on to it, my friend. We continue green flag racing. Out of turn 4. The lead automobile is Randy Dietrich running in second. Here's the 55 of Alan Angelicchio Jr. The 10 is Gary Wilshot. Bill Schneider, of course, in that car. Here comes Jason Mignon. Mignon has the wick turned up and tags the Budweiser Mr. Stubbs Restaurant 66 into the 3rd place spot. In 5th place spot is Bob Rayleigh with the Bear Trucking 29 down the back straight. His bumper's haunted by the Chevelle 73 of Mark Berkey. Berkey, the Johnstown, Pennsylvania pilot, looks to the outside in a struggle for 5th out of turn 4. It continues to be, oh no, look at turn 1, race fans. The 55, Alan Angelicchio Jr., smoke pouring out from under the hood, but he continues. Perhaps they may just have a valve gasket or something going away in the car. He still has power in that automobile, but he may get the black flag. We'll keep our eye out for him. Here comes the black flag, and he's given it, and he wisely pulls to the low side of the track. He may have some real problems with that automobile. Now Jason Mignon will pick up the task of trying to close in on the 88 of Randy Dietrich as they work in turns 3 and 4. Here comes Mignon in that familiar power sliding technique as he closes right up to the back bumper of Dietrich into turns 1 and 2. The battle for 3rd. It is Berkey holding on to with Brian Audie now moving up to the 4th place spot. Here comes Bob Rayleigh to the low side of Schneider's automobile, and they fight for the 5th place position. Meanwhile, we've got a battle for the lead out of turn 4. Adams pulls the 43 into the pits. Here comes the struggle for the point position. Jason Mignon, the sophomore pilot in this division, looking for racing room, haunting the back bumper of the 88 machine of Randy Dietrich. Here comes Mignon. He looks to the low side. Dietrich denies him the opportunity. Gently closes the door as they work out of turn 4. Up high momentarily was Mignon. Now he dives to the low side. He works into turns 1 and 2. Oh, they're very close together, and able to close the door is Dietrich. Randy Dietrich able to deny the opportunity. Mignon tries the high side. Dietrich right there denies him the opportunity. They work through turns 3 and 4. Jason Mignon still trying to establish a line. Dietrich hanging on to it for everything he's got. 2 laps remaining. They work into turns 1 and 2. Mignon tries the low side, but Dietrich closes the door early. Mignon slides up high, trying to set up for the outside group. Down the back straightaway. Jason Mignon trying to work that out line. Dietrich has the power into the turn and denies him the opportunity. Will Mignon try low? No, he stays up high. The white flag, 1 lap remaining. Working into turns 1 and 2. Jason Mignon way high, wide, handsome, trying to make the move on Dietrich. He comes right up to the automobile. It's a drag race down the back straightaway. A half a lap remaining. Here comes race fans. We may have a photo finish. It's a horse race to the checker. Jason Mignon to the outside. Dietrich to the low side. Here we come for the drag race. And it's Mignon. Jason Mignon pulls it out for less than a quarter of a car length at the checker. Finishing a distant third is Mark Berkey in 73 to 75 of Brian Audie's 4th, and rounding out the top 5 is Bob Rayleigh at 29. Here we go. The beautiful Benny Coles pace car heads to the pits. We are up to green and racing. He'll goes into turns 1 and 2. It's a battle side by side for the lead. Boss Brockhouse trying to make an opening there. It continues to be Wiltrot on the point with the Lucas machine. Kenny Shack number 10. They're working the turns 3 and 4. It's tight racing for second, third, and fourth. Out of turn 4 is Pepsi Crossroads. 25 lap lead for Pepsi Pro Stock. Castle will get into second place. Here comes Bradley Cole. Cole's up the fifth. Bob Castle wastes no time striking to the low side on the front of Wiltrot. They work down the back straight away to turn 3 and 4. Bob Brad Castle, the Castle Racing Center's Oldsmobile body. Ford City Chassis Machine takes over the point position. Here comes Bradley Cole. Cole trying to make the move to the low side. On the window, open up to the 10 and Wiltrot, and he does. And he moves over to the bridesmaid spot in the WVSC machine. Oh, Dunbar gets squarely and battling for fourth place position. And then allows opportunity for Robert Armstrong to down to the low side. 33 punch Sturkis. Look out as we exit out of turn 4. Sturkis stays there with the 26 Arsenberger. They continue hanging on to the racing service, and Arsenberger takes over the 5th place spot. It continues to be Boss Brockhouse on the point position. Bradley Cole hangs on to second. Third is Wiltrot, and a distant third at that point. Jeff Dunbar will try to turn out the wreck and move up through this field, and he's bringing the Garvis Church 26. Bob Arsenberger right with him. Kelly Shaw is anxious to try to make a move on Hercules' automobile out of turn 4 as they continue that struggle for the 6th place spot. Bradley Cole now begins to throw out the fishing hook to the back bumper. Bob Carson's automobile begins to reel him in turns 1 and 2. Into turns 3 and 4. Cole still wrestling with an opportunity to try to make a bid for the point position in his Pepsi Crossroads Convenience Mart 25 lap event for the Pepsi Pro Stock. They work into turns 1 and 2. Down the back straightaway in an effort to take over the point position is Brad Cole. Cannot do it. He stays within 2 car lengths. Then he really begins to close up in the middle of the turn. Gary Wiltrot is contending now with a fast closing lap at Robert Arsenberger. Arsenberger, a man on the move as we work down the front straight. Into turns 1 and 2 in the Garvis Assurance. Arsenberger trucking forward. Thunderbird body Ford City Chassis Machine. Up Mill Run, Pennsylvania's Bob Arsenberger takes over the 3rd place position. On the front straight, Johnson holds a 2 car length lead over Brad Cole. Something he's been doing since lap 4 in this event as we work on lap 9. They're coming up on lap traffic, going into turns 3 and 4. Penn Hills, Pennsylvania's Pete Panaya, the 2nd generation driver, works the middle groove, and he'll go 1 lap down as he pulls to the low side of the racing surface. Bob Costle makes it through on the high side. Now, Jeff Dunbar trying to work the low line of Wiltrot's automobile down the back straightaway. They battle for the 5th place spot. They get the 4th place spot. Bob Arsenberger up to 3rd. Lap traffic goes. Greg Baltimore out of turn 2 gets an opportunity for Brad Cole to close right up to the back bumper of Bob Brockhouse automobile. Here we go out of turn 4, and Bradley Cole's in striking distance down the front straightaway. They're working at turns 1 and 2. The JW Industries WVOC T-Touch 68 in Somerset, Pennsylvania's Brad Cole looking for racing room. Bob Castle, the Connersville, Pennsylvania pilot, continues to hold off Cole's effort, but Cole becomes stronger and stronger the more we move on in this event. They work into turns 1 and 2. Cole, after a horrendous crash last week at Centertown, lost this automobile out. This is the one that was damaged very heavily earlier in the season at MOTORDROME. They rebuilt the whole front end of the automobile, and it's hooked up and flying. Looks to the road side of Castle. Into turns 1 and 2. Cole still looking for racing room. We have a spin with 2 cars. The 33 of Butch Sturkis, a Transcare machine, and lights out. It's up to Castle on the point once he presses on the go button. Bradley Cole really looking ready to strike like a cobra. Let's see what happens. Green comes out. We're up to speed and racing. Top 4 automobiles able to get together again in a battle for the point position. Here comes Jeff Dunbar. Dunbar trying the outside of 26. Bob Arsenberger down the back straightaway. Cannot do it. Now, meanwhile, Kelly Shaw's looking to the open. Low side window on the 10 of Will Trout. They battle for 5th, and there's a battle for 3rd simultaneously out of turn 4. Turns 1 and 2, Costa continues with the lead. Bradley Cole hanging on to 2nd place. Jeff Dunbar down the back straightaway. Looks to the outside, Arsenberger's automobile. And Dunbar has the Pennzoil VJ's Express 07 machine hooked up and flying. Into the pits goes Phil Panaya out of the event. Meanwhile, the turns 1 and 2, the battle for the lead is 2 cars from. We may get a 3rd automobile involved in this as we work down the back straight in this Pepsi Crossroads 25-lap main for the Pepsi Pro Stock. Here comes the 68 of Cole. Once again, the Somerset, Pennsylvania driver moves right up to the back bumper of Castle. Working in turns 3 and 4, lap 16. Plenty of time left for Cole, but Cole is running out of time as far as trying to make the challenge by himself because here comes Jeff Dunbar. On the back straight, Bradley Cole still haunting the back bumper to 50 Bob Castle. They work into turns 3 and 4. Brad Cole still trying to work that low line. Here comes Jeff Dunbar, race fans. Kelly Shawless, a man moving in the Dillon chassis 77. Look at this, race fans. Kelly Shawless in the 77 up to 4th place position. Out of turn 4, Bradley Cole continues his battle for the lead as we work into 1 and 2. Cole not able to make the move on the back straight. Meanwhile, the 07 of Jeff Dunbar looms ever larger in the rearview mirror of the yellow and red automobiles of Castle and Cole respectively. Down the front straightaway, Jeff Dunbar going to make a race out of it. Kelly Shawless really has pulled the plug on the bathtub, drained the water and said it's trying to get out of this. Oh, look at this! Off the power! Look at down the back straightaway! Oh my goodness! Jeff Dunbar running 3rd says, holy smokes, what am I doing in 1st? But he's better hanging on to it because Brad Cole continues as Castle, his automobile, mechanical failure, sends him into the pits. Now down the back straightaway, Dunbar, who's not been running that strong all race long, now has the oh no! How about that? We could know. How about that, though, race fans? Well, there's an example. Let me tell you about these two guys. They are 2 to 5th. Here we go. Oh, look at Cole knocking on the door. Here comes Shawless. We got a good one now, race fans. Down the front straightaway. Into turns 1 and 2. Brad Cole hanging on to the back bumper to 07. Jeff Dunbar. He tries the low side. We got a battle for the lead down the back straightaway. We're wheel to wheel, decal to decal. Winning it, winning it. Brad Cole tries to make through. And he takes over the point position. Jeff Dunbar hangs on to 2nd. Kelly Shaw is trying to come up to speed and challenge for the 1st place spot. Bradley Cole has found the handle on this automobile tonight after that disastrous crash last weekend at Jennerstown. Working all week on this backup machine to get it ready for tonight's action, and it looks like a brand new automobile the way it's hooked up and flying. 2 laps to go for Cole. We work into turns 1 and 2. Jeff Dunbar holds on to 2nd. Kelly, up high goes Butch Durkis, and here comes the 10 of Wiltrout under him for 5th. Into 3 and 4, Kelly Shawless has the wick turned up, but he's running out of time in real estate. In the Shaw screen printing 77, a white flag for Bradley Cole. They work into turns 1 and 2. Cole holds on by 2 car lengths over Jeff Dunbar. On the back straightaway, Brad Cole will work into turns 3 and 4. Jeff Dunbar hangs on to 2nd. Dunbar begins to close in on Cole, but he dirt checks the car, runs out of time, and it's Brad Cole with the win over Jeff Dunbar. Shawless is 3rd, Eisenberger 4th, and Gary Wilcox running out the top 5. So Bradley Cole makes things work on a lap. Brad Cole from Somerset, Pennsylvania. Cole picks up the Pepsi Crossroads 25-lap main for the Pepsi Pro Stocks. And the 23-year-old fabricator from Somerset back into victory lane after a horrendous crash, as I'd mentioned last Saturday at Jennerstown. Somerset Drug, Resources Conservation Corp., JW Industries, WVSC, Pizza Hut, Precious Metals, Rhodes Mini Mart, Schmuck Excavating, El Pochi, and Stahl's Jewelers among the efforts for Bradley Cole in the 92 season, being congratulated by track manager Chip Rowan, and he'll be presented in victory lane with the beautiful Davies Ford Trophy. Remember, Davies Ford out of Connellsville with their grand opening tomorrow. Lots of things going on down there. Terry Ritchie, Miss Motordrome Speedway, presenting the Davies Ford Trophy to Brad Cole. Cole was a rookie last year, had 3 wins apiece at both Motordrome and Jennerstown, and has had a successful 92 season when he hasn't had the car destroyed from crashes. It's been a tough season, somewhat up and down, and into victory lane often when he's got in trouble. Down to Joe Rolick. We'll have an interview shortly with Brad and get an idea. You know, he's still racing with that broken wrist that was suffered here back at Motordrome. And fortunately was not injured any further in that hard hit in the inside retaining wall last weekend at Jennerstown. And things have turned around for him here tonight.
Bradley Cole. Brad, you had a wreck a couple weeks ago, broke your wrist. Your winning went down. You seem to be lacking a little bit. Was the wrist bothering you?
No, it wasn't bothering me at all. I was just glad to go home in one piece. I totaled my new car last Saturday night. I have to give thanks to my crew. We work late nights every night to get this into work the way it did. I want to thank all my sponsors for an outstanding job. I couldn't do it without the sponsors. Thank you.
Thank you, Bradley.
Bradley Cole in the victory lane, and we mentioned about that car being totaled. You 68. What a lineup we have. Rick Miller back there also. Looking at this field, I'd say just about, just practically the whole field there has had a victory in Western Pennsylvania in the last couple of years. We'll go one more. Oh, this is going to be an intense one, folks. Hang on to your seat, grab your neighbor. Here we go. Out of turn 4, the field looks good. We're getting ready for green. We are up to speed and racing. The turn, so easy does it, guys, easy does it. Williams gets crossed up. A beautiful job of everybody hanging on to things. And we continue green flag racing. How about that one, race fans? We're trying to get this one lap under green and settle down. And it's Bobby Henry on the first position. Chuck Kessler trying to apply pressure. Here comes Tom Erickson in about a fourth place position on Audi. Audi denies the opportunity. Charlie Cregan dives under Williams. Oh, look out, those cars get together. They continue green flag racing. How about that one, race fans? Snooky Williams. Oh, look out, Kessler spins the automobile down low. Everybody reacting, and a beautiful job of all the automobiles. Field tightens up, and 3 and 4. It's up to Henry and Hodge transmission. Ed Nicholson and Son Lumber, 77. Here we go. He tramps on the throttle. We're green and racing. Sergeant Charlie Cregan begins to work the outside of the racing service, but denying the opportunity is the 6 of Stucky Williams. Williams closes the door on the 42 of Cregan. Separating out, we continue green flag racing, and Bobby Henry begins to stretch out the lead over the 23 of Danny White. Oh, Williams gets the car squarely. Cregan tries the outside, cannot do it. Barry Audi running in 4th place position finds Snooky Williams, a man on the move. Snooky Williams, a man on the move on the low side of this racing surface, but here comes Cregan now. Cregan continues to work the outside. Williams denies it. Oh, we got them all jammed up in 3 and 4. Kennedy closes the door on Simula. What close battle for third, fourth, fourth place position. They're all stacked up from third on back. Charlie Cragen commits to the outside on Snooky Williams. They dive into turns 3 and 4. Williams right there, trying to deny Cragen the opportunity. And up high goes Audi. Here comes Williams to the low side. Snooky Williams trying to roll right on Barry Audi. And Williams is hooked up and flying. Down the back straight, Audi right there. Williams trying to hang on to it. Snooky Williams works the low side, a battle for fourth place position. Right on a turn 4, gets the car just up, but does the job of holding on to it. But Audi denies him the opportunity. Look at these automobiles, race fans, on a turn 2. 4 cars, 2 by 2. Bob Sibilla moving. Look at Sibilla to the outside of Cragen. What a battle for fourth place position. On a turn 4, we'll get the handbrake on this one, race fans. Oh my, Williams and Audi. This could be trouble. Look at Cragen trying to make it 3-wide. Oh my goodness, down the back straightaway. Unbelievable. Cragen making a move past numerous automobiles. Oh, heart attacks, oh my goodness. All kinds of racing action, and look at Bob Sibilla. Williams falls back through the pack, having problems. That scatters the field, but charging Charlie Cragen and Bob Sibilla now begin to move up in this event. On the back straightaway continues to be Bobby Henry, well out front. The rest of the field would love to see a yellow flag, but Henry says keep it green all the way to the second. And this Pepsi crossbar, 35 lap main for the Gatling late models. Danny White now, here comes the 32 of Glenn Gold. He works the low side of 75 of Audi in a battle for 6. And he's bringing to life to Rick Miller. Into 1 and 2, Gold, nice, and now Miller trying to make it through on Audi's automobile. Meanwhile, Charlie Cragen, a man on the move, has closed up to the back bumper with 36 of Tom Erickson. Rick Miller now tries the rest of the low side of Audi. He's able to get through as well. Charlie Cragen wasting no time trying to close up on lap 13. Here comes Cragen on the low side of the 36 of Tom Erickson, and Cragen continues to move up through the field. Bob Sibilla now running in the 5th place spot, begins to close in on Erickson's automobile. Sibilla trying to make a move for the point position. Danny White continues in 2nd place position. Here, oh, we got a spin in turn 2. Oh my, is this going to get interesting? Oh, let's see what happens in turns 3 and 4. Henry gets on it earlier. He can. That's his choice. And he gets the jump on Danny White. Here we go. And there's a battle. Cragen on the outside of the race field. Down the front fairway. Charlie Cragen on the restart. Wastes no time and gets under Danny White's automobile. Now Bob Sibilla trying to make the move on the 36 of Tom Erickson. But the story in this event so far has been Charlie Cragen. Work down the back straightaway. Henry continues holding on to that position. Meanwhile, Cragen still trying to work around him as they exit out of turn 4. Bob Sibilla still working a roll line on the 30. Oh, look out! Look out, race fans! We continue green flag racing. How about that one, race fans? We're still green and racing. Sibilla and Erickson getting together, and it looks like they're going to have a yellow, but it doesn't happen. And Tom Erickson looks like he will not be able to get into the pits. Erickson not able to get into the pits, and everybody reacting, right? It's up to Henry. Let's see what he does with it. Will he get on it early? No, he waits this time with Cragen. And here he goes. A different strategy, and it works for Henry. He holds him off. Now Glenn Gold on the tailor tries to get under Sibilla's automobile. Cannot do it. Here's the battle for the lead down the back straight. Cragen tries the left side on Henry. Henry right there trying to deny, and he closes the door. Bobby Henry now opens up wide, and here comes Cragen once again down the front straight. Bobby Henry tries desperately to hold on to the lead. Sergeant Charlie Cragen right there. Cragen dives on the outside. Henry up high. Just a carbon copy of about a month ago. And Henry denies him the opportunity. Bobby Henry denying Charlie Cragen the opportunity, but one slip and it could be curtains. We continue to equalization. Meanwhile, Bob Sybil over the back number 81, trying to get through for third. Sybil to the left side. Cannot make the move. Glenn Gold is now up to the 5th place position, and he brings Tim Ice and the 19 of Rick Miller right with him. Lap 20, 15 remaining for the Pepsi Crossroads event. For the Gatling's late model, Henry really using the outer groove to his advantage right now. Bobby Henry looking like he's fading, but actuality, he's able to keep that tire wear well for him at this point in the event. Here comes similar to the right side of Danny White. He cannot make the move. Danny White holds on to the 3rd place position. Bob Sybil trying to wrestle away and want to join this battle for the lead, but White hangs on to it. Turns 1 and 2, Henry up high, but Cragen cannot take advantage of it, race fans. On the back straightaway, Bobby Henry trying everything he can do to hang on to the lead. Here comes Cragen to the low line, but he cannot do it. Henry has the wick turned up. Now Cragen right up to the back bumper. Henry dives to the low side. Henry denies him the opportunity. How about that one, race fans? Here comes Sybil. Sybil's wrestling the low side of Danny White. And the Martinelli Sybil 63 is on the move. Here comes Gold by. Gold makes it by Danny White. In the forward. With a pie. And now Tim Ice breaks through. But Miller trying to do the same. He gets through. On lap 24, continues to be Bobby Henry. Charging Charlie Cragen in second. Bob Sybil. Glenn Gold, Tim Ice, and Rick Miller. Henry, but he doesn't have it coming out of the turns. Henry holds on to the lead. Bob Sybil now begins to close. There are 10 laps remaining. This time around 9 laps as Henry continues with the lead. Cragen right there running second. In the turns 1 and 2, Henry able to hold on to it. Cragen looks like he may have developed somewhat of a push in the automobile. Meanwhile, Bob Sybil gets stronger as the laps go on. Bob Sybil begins to close up. Bobby Henry holds on to the lead. Cragen tries to close, but Bob Sybil begins to move up through the field. Here comes Bob Sybil. Henry up high. Cragen cannot take advantage of it. On lap 28 of this Pepsi Crossroads 35-lap main. For the Gatling's late models continues to be Henry. Cragen right there in second, and here comes Bob Sybil. Bob Sybil running out of time to close into the battle for the lead. Bobby Henry still holds on to it. Charlie Cragen looking every way around. Henry's up for the task. A carbon copy we had earlier in the year, and this time Henry holds it. Cragen down low in the racing surface, cannot make the move on Henry. 5 laps remaining in this event. With 5 laps remaining, Bob Sybil continues to close, but he's running out of time. Glenn Gold continues in third, Tim Ice in fifth. Charlie Cragen down to the roadside, Henry up high, and Henry has the wick turned up and holds on to the lead. On the back straight. Charging Charlie Cragen looking for racing room around the 77 Henry, but Henry's been able to be up for the pass and denies. According to Cragen, from even making a pass on the automobile, coming close to it. Cragen tries again, cannot make the move down the back straight. Time is running out. Bobby Henry says, I've got the car hooked up and flying. The Hodge transmission, 77 continues on the point position. This time around, 2 laps to go. They work in the turns 1 and 2. Cragen tries to roll line, but Henry right there denies Cragen the opportunity. Down the back straight. This time around, the right flank comes out. Here comes Bob Sybil. He's closing in on Cragen. Time is running out. Here comes the right flank. 1 lap remaining. We go into turns 1 and 2. Henry in the middle groove. Cragen running second. Look at Bob Sybil, race fans. Sybil closes in on Cragen. In a turn, 3 and 4. Henry will win this. Sibla tries the outside of Cragen. Out of turn 4. It's Bobby Henry. Cragen, Sibla, Bob, and Ice. How about it, race fans? Bobby Henry being congratulated by the 42 of Cragen, and Bob Sibla in the 63 picks up his first win in over a year of Gremlins this evening. Sees him guided into victory lane for the checker. Outstanding run for Charlie Cragen, finished second. And how about Bob Sibla and a Martinelli Service 63 closing all the way up to finish a strong third. When Henry gets out of the automobile, we'll give him a rousing round of applause, welcoming him back into victory lane after being out for so long and so many close calls to capturing a checkered. And finally in the Pepsi Crossroads 35 lap main, give him a nice round of applause, Bobby Henry from Connorsville, your feature winner in the Gatling's late models Pepsi Crossroads 35 lap main. Being congratulated by his crew, the soft-spoken driver with the heavy right foot, using the outer groove, less tire wear, and making the car work for him with an outstanding job. He'll be presented the beautiful Davies Ford Trophy in victory lane. Davies Ford out of Connorsville with that big grand opening tomorrow. And the trophy being presented by Miss Motordrome, Carrie Ritchie in victory lane. Odds Transmission, Ed Nicholson and Son Lumbers, Brooks Oldsmobile, Henry Motor Sales, Airport Enterprises behind the efforts of Bobby, and he looks like he has really worked hard tonight for this feature win. And we'll get a chance to get his impressions with our trackside mic man, Joe Rolick, momentarily. Three more feature events remaining on the program. 2 more Winston Racing Series regularly scheduled event. Brooks Oldsmobile Hodge Transmission crew in victory lane capturing this moment. Again, this is his first official lane 35 lap main and his second career feature on the pavement. Bobby, how many features he won on dirt? Hey, listen to this, race fans. Back in 1988, he won 22 features on the dirt, and in 1889, 25 features. So he had an outstanding career on the dirt, and certainly one of the potential young lions in Western Pennsylvania, the NASCAR Winston Racing Series. Joe, into victory lane.
Thank you, Mike. Bobby wanted to keep that flag, huh?
Yeah, I don't get many. I'd like to have it, but I guess he needs it.
What do you think? Was it the lucky dolls that some of the fans gave you that helped you out?
Well, I know it didn't hurt, you know. It looks like a couple of them need a haircut, but I don't know. I found out I'm not in very good shape. I know that.
All the bad luck you've had this year, if anybody deserved to win, you did. All the adversity that you went through, does this make it worth it?
Oh, yeah. Anytime you win, it's going to make it well. All the work you put into it. I'd like to thank my crew and all my sponsors. And I tell you, starting on the pole helps, no doubt. You know, just don't make any mistakes. It was my car wasn't handling at all, and I wanted to keep pushing into that river up there in the corner, but everything worked out.
Congratulations, Bobby.
And Bobby Henry into victory lane. Outstanding job for the Connorsville, Pennsylvania pilot, working the outside groove. Just a carbon copy of the way it was when Cragen was pressuring him last time, but mechanical failure stole away the victory lane. I will with the fog. Bickerstaff on the point, yet to win on the pavement. The second generation star from Mineral Ridge, Ohio. And let's see what happens out of turn 4. The field tightens up. We're looking for a green. We get it. We're up to speed in racing. And we're 3 wide right at the start. Coming through the field is Rick Schuler, wasting no time. And the Marcy's Hair Salon, 74, moves up to the second place position. Down the back straightaway. Here comes Sean Bean. Bean trying to make a move. He's behind the back bumper of Larry Lee Heminger. Heminger down to the low side of the 3. Harry Flyers as they struggle for the 4th place spot out of turn 4. Trying to make a 3 wide to far straightaway. We cannot do it. Into turns 1 and 2. It continues to be Jimmy Bickerstaff on the point. Dirt track in the automobile. Rick Schuler hanging on to second. The 71 of Mark Griffith right there in third. Look at this battle for 4th. 3 cars strong. Heminger to the low side. Flyers at the outside. Loses a handle. Heminger grabs over 4th. Here comes Beam on the low side of Flyers to try to steal away 5th. The flying sign painter in the Tech Hondas. Number 1, Dave Burnell on the move, trying to make it up through the field. He follows the low side of the 28 of Beam under Harry Flyers' automobile, trying to work it in before Flyers closes the door. And Burnell almost doing it. Still working that low line out of turn 4. It continues to be Bickerstaff on the point. On the back straight, battle for 3rd continues into turns 3 and 4. Larry Lee Heminger working the low side of Berkey's automobile. I should say of Mark Griffith's automobile. The battle for the point position. Sheeler closes up on the back bumper. Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. Here comes the double L. Larry Lee Heminger to the low side of Mark Griffith in a struggle for the 3rd place position. We work on lap 4 of this Pepsi Crossroads 35 lap main, or 15 lap main for the Pro Stocks. And the double L, Larry Lee Heminger works the low side and takes some of the 3rd place position. He brings Sean Beam right with him. Here comes the flying sign beater, Dave Burnell. He moves up to the 5th place position. Turn 4. McClure buys the outside retinual, bangs up the car. We continue green flag racing. And man, is it getting foggy out there. Here comes the 28 of Sean Beam. He tries the low side of Heminger. Oh, this is getting interesting. Just when we cannot see it, it starts to get interesting. Oh, down the front straight. Beam moves into the 3rd place spot. Dave Burnell trying to do the same to the low side of Heminger. And we work down the back straight. Oh, look out, Flyers gets up high. We're still green flag racing. And here comes Burnell. Now he's up to the 4th place spot. There are cars shuffling for positions all over this racing service as it looks like we're running inside a smokestack. Sean number Beam down the back straight. Ooh, creepy chiller theater out there, folks, with this fog. How creepy can you get? Bring out the tombstones and we're still racing. Down the back straightaway. We're going to start calling it the mystery straightaway from this vantage point. As we go into 3 and 4, Sean Beam tries to make a move on the Dickey Electric 24 Bickerstaff. Cannot do it. Here comes the flying sign painter, Dave Burnell. Meanwhile, Bickerstaff holds on to the point. Beam tries the low side. On the back straight, the Bullet trying to make a move on the big stick. Jimmy Bickerstaff Jr. as they work into turns 3 and 4. Top 5 automobiles hooked up in a battle in this event on lap 10. And it still looks like an eerie chiller theater movie out there with the fog. Here comes Beam. He tries the outside on Bickerstaff. They whistle for the lead. Bickerstaff, third track in the automobile. Beam working the outside of him. We're side by side, wheel to wheel, fender to fender. Beam trying to hold on to it with the Ford. Here comes the Chevy back up on the inside with Bickerstaff. They exit out of turn 4. We continue to battle for the lead. Beam still works the outside of Bickerstaff. They go into 1 and 2. The flying sign painter up high, Dave Burnell. Burnell trying to make a move through the field. He gets the 4th. Look at the battle for the lead. Fender to fender, wheel to wheel. They dive into turn 3. Bickerstaff still trying to hang on to the lead. It's just falling. Sean Beam up high, has the handle, Beam gets crossed up, Bickerstaff comes down, they get together, we continue green flag racing. Oh my goodness, it's time for a heart transplant in turns 1 and 2. Now Bickerstaff really gets the car dirt tracking, but he's still hanging on. And Sean the Bullet Beam tries to make through, takes over the point position. Bickerstaff right there, oh he gets crossed up, oh some door knocking, and Beam holds on to the lead. Unbelievable. The white flag's out. I'm sitting here thinking we're in the middle of the race, and we've got one lap to go. Beam hangs on to the point position. Down the back straightaway. Kim Pagley in the way, and Beam dives to the low side. Here comes the 24 Bickerstaff. The 74 Sheila. Oh my goodness. Cars all over the place out of turn 4, but Beam will win it. Sean, the Moore Beam wins by passing Timmy Bickerstaff. 74 Rick Sheeler is third. The one of Dave Burnell, and the 76 of Larry Lee Heminger rounds out the top 5. Well, he can hear you now. Nice round of applause for Sean, the Moore Beam, the winner of the Pepsi Crossroads 15-lap main for the Pure Stocks. In the Victory Lane, be congratulated by Chip Rowan, and will be presented the beautiful Davies Ford Trophy. The folks at Davies Ford out of Connellsville. Tomorrow will be their grand opening with lots of action going on there in Route 119 out of Connellsville. Sean Bean captures the moment. And for Bean, the 74 Ford Torino effort. And Victory Lane, a little chat here with Joe. Go ahead, Joe.
Real quick, Sean, we want to try to get the track and the race going with the puddle coming up in turn 4 there. Hell of a race you ran there. That was excellent. One of the best races I've seen all year. What are your feelings on it? Did you know you were going to get them side by side for about 3-4 laps?
No, I'll tell you what, Mr. Bickerstaff, he's running real good. I didn't think I was going to get around him. It's awful slick up on that high side.
See, one time you dirt tracked the car a little bit. Was that because of the water, or you just driving that hard?
Oh, it's because of water up in turn 4. There's a big puddle up there.
Okay, congratulations, Sean Bean.
The Bullet captures another win in the JW Industries, K&E Auto Body, HR Trucking, Barron Trucking, Midas, Tungsten. 21 Stoney's Light Street Stocks going 20 hard laps on the pavement at the Drome. Well, if you're not shows first, watch all the rows. All right, here we go. The Benny-Gold's pace car heads to the pits. It is up to Schneider and Edwards. The green is unfolded. We are up to speed and racing. Oh, but a refrigerator may won't get out the mayonnaise. That's a sandwich job on the front straight. Oh, there's 3 lines. Oh, my, into turns 1 and 2. Now we go. Double foul. Down the back straightaway. Having problems coming up to speed is Dietrich. The 22 of Tony Baum gets by him as we work into turns 3 and 4. Marty Edwards on the point position. Watch this out of 4. Exiting out of 4, continues to be Edwards. Oh, look out! We got a spin. It's turns 3 and 4. Audi loses the automobile. And he gets sopped in the mud, and it brings out the yellow. On behind him in the Dodge product, you've got a Chevy, a Dodge, another Chevy of John Komarinsky in third. Green's out. We're up to speed and racing. Turns 1 and 2, Edwards holds on to the point position down the back straightaway. Here comes Jack Satoski. Satoski has the wick turned up in the Keyway Supply 30 machine. To the outside is 77 to Dietrich in a battle for the 4th place spot. Satoski makes the move in the 4th. Here comes Mike Heminger. Heminger works the outside, and now look at Satoski. Jack Satoski, a man on the move, down the back straightaway on lap 3. Jack Satoski trying to take away third from the 33 of Komarinsky as they work out of turn 4. It's Edwards on the point position. Tony Baum in second, and Jack Satoski is now running in the 3rd place spot. Heminger, oh, look at this race, fans! Oh, the gap closes. We've got a spin by Dietrich. We continue green flag racing as Dietrich becomes a lawnmower. Look at the battle for the lead. 2 by 2, 3 rows out of turn 4. How about this one? Into turn 1 and 2. We've got them all stacked up. You pick it up. Here comes Tony Baum. An opening between 2 automobiles. Satoski takes second. Heminger gets pinched. He can't do it. Oh my! And 3 and 4. It's a Chrysler product out front. But here comes the 30 of Satoski. Down into turns 1 and 2. Jack Satoski trying to take over the point position. And the Hoosier Pennsylvania Pats hooked up and flying. He finds himself in the lead. Here comes Jason Mignon. Mignon works the outside of the 57 of Marty Edwards in a struggle for the 4th place spot. On the front straightaway, Mignon accomplishes the pass as they work into turns 1 and 2. Ron Cole has a wick turned up. He finds himself all the way up to the 5th place spot. Satoski continues holding on to the point. Lapped automobiles could they prove havoc for the leader down the back straight. They stay to the roadside. Satoski gets around. Look at this. Komarinsky tries going, but the lapped automobiles, and look at what's Komarinsky going to do. He squeezes up high. Victor Eckes up in the middle. Oh, John Komarinsky gets the binders put on and loses a position to Jason Mignon. Mignon on the move now, closes up to Tony Baum, and Jason Mignon, they have the fastest car on the racing surface. Look at Jason Mignon, race fans, on the move, out of turn 4. And here comes Ron Cole. Cole decides to turn the wick up, and the Valley Truck at trailer 25. And he goes down the back straightaway, shot out of a cannon. On lap 10, look at this dirt track at South. These two top 3 running automobiles. Into turns 1 and 2. Jack Satoski hangs on to it then. It's a 66 of Jason Mignon, the 25 of Ron Cole. The 22 of Tony Baum, and the 72 automobile of Mike Heminger. The leader, Jack Satoski, continues, but closing up on him, it'll be Mignon. The 25 automobile over on. Oh, Cole gets crossed up. Here comes Heminger, wastes no time and goes right through. Lap 12, plenty of time in this Pepsi Crossroads event for the Stunning Flight Street Stocks. Jason Mignon desperately trying to close the gap between himself and Jack Satoski all over the track as Ron Cole having handling problems. Jack Satoski out of 4 continues in that point position now. Mike Heminger. And the North Star equipment holder auto repair 72 has closed right up to the back bumper. Jason Mignon. Here's the battle for second down the back straightaway on lap 14. Heminger with the lapped automobile. Watch this, race fans. Mignon boxes him in. Jason Mignon boxes in Heminger with the lapped automobile. But Mignon's car's all crossed up on the racing surface. And Jack Satoski's going to approach heavy lap traffic, race fans. What's Satoski, the leader, going to do? Off the pace is Komarinsky with the 33 as we work lap 15. Heminger now tries the low side on Mignon once again as they work down the front straight. And here comes Heminger. Satoski now will close up on lap automobiles. In front of Satoski are a myriad of slower automobiles. He'll have to thread the needle. Get out the knitting needle, Jack. Here he goes to the outside of Greg Unruh. The battle for second continues, about an eighth of a lap behind him. Satoski now on the front straight. Nowhere to go. Paul Bennick's car right there. Now Paul dives to the low side. Up high goes. Oh, look at this in front of Satoski. Almost near disaster. He continues working through these automobiles. Jack Satoski holding on to the lead now. Cole's closed up to the back bumper. Heminger in his 3-car battle for second. Satoski still with heavy lap traffic. Jason Mignon could use the lap traffic to his advantage as Hemminger's been trying the low side on him. 2 laps remaining for Satoski, and Satoski now caught up. Oh no, look at this. My goodness. Out of 3 and 4. Oh, we got almost near disaster. 1 lap to go, and look at this. Lancaster goes to the low side. My goodness, look at the lap traffic in a battle for second. Satoski will win this thing, but who's going to get second? Who's going to get second? Oh, look at this! Satoski wins, but look at the battle for second. 3 wide lap traffic. Here comes, oh, you call it, Ray. Oh, no! Oh, wild in turn 1. Oh, we're still not done. My, oh my! That's what you call through wide lap traffic in a battle for a second, and things go crazy at the drop of the checker. Unbelievable, race fans. Unbelievable. Let's hope no one's injured in this mishap. Some heavy hits out there. Now, who won? We know who won, but what happened after that? Man, I thought maybe Brian Arnold,
One of the drivers are all right and moving.
well, the whole thing happened with the lapped automobiles of Durakis. Then they trying to go 3 wide with Greg Unruh, I believe, in there. And then all of a sudden, that battle for second through fifth coming through, nowhere to go. And I've never seen cars stacked up for position battle at the finish. Oh, yeah, we got Jack at victory lane. How about a nice round of applause for Jack Satoski, our winner with all this mayhem. Jack snuck out of his car without me noticing. Yeah, that's right. The victory lane photo, Jack's going to have the damaged automobile behind it. Kind of an unusual victory lane photo if they don't crop it. The Davies Ford Trophy being presented to Jack with this rather dramatic finish, and fortunately all the drivers were uninjured in that mishap. See you tomorrow there, Dick. Boy, can you imagine if Jack was in that for the lead and they had a battle like that with a lot of traffic? Ay, ay, ay. Now, I want to remind everybody, these cars, 3,400 pounds, can really take a shot, so probably most of these automobiles can be repaired for tomorrow night's racing. But there was some heavy Detroit iron punches out there. Oh my goodness, Brian Audie's automobile with heavy damage. Well, the frame doesn't look too bad, but look at the damage to the sheet metal. The Ron Beckner logging race number 75, a tough break for him. Let's hope we can get that back into competition tomorrow night. And Alan Angelica able to get down. I'm sorry, let's go down to Joe Rollick. Joe, take her away in all this mayhem.
Thank you, Mike. Jack, what a good time to have a big lead.
Yeah, I didn't know how big a lead I had, to tell you the truth. I don't know what's going on behind me, but I guess it was all right.
Tell us, is your first feature win here at Motordrome?
Yeah, on asphalt. Yeah, I won here on dirt when it was dirt before years ago, but this first one on asphalt.
What division did you win when it was dirt?
Late models.
Late models? How long have you been running, Jack?
Oh, I ran late model for about 12 years, and then I didn't race at all for about 10 years. Now I just started back here with these guys. They asked me to drive a little bit. So.
Tell us a little bit about your crew and your sponsors.
Yeah, I'd like to thank the Corden brothers, Steve and Mark Corden. They own the car, put this team together. And our sponsors, Keyway Supply Parts Plus, Zubek Excavating, Carl's Auto Repair, and Rick's Auto Repair. Everybody keeps the car going all week. We work all week hard on it, and appreciate it from the guys.
Okay, thank you, Jack. Good luck.
And a nice round of applause for Jack Sapowski out of Hooversville, the winner.